Hello, welcome back to Fallout 4. So, earlier this week I had one of the commenters leave me a question asking about if I knew any way to fix this bug that was happening in Abernathy Farm, where the plants over here near the wooded area, apparently when they get destroyed, you can't repair them or they don't get repaired. He was wondering if there was any way that, anything I knew to fix that bug. And I never heard of it. I never heard of that bug. I know that Abernathy Farm is one of the more glitchy areas in the game. This is one of the glitchy areas. Egretorde Marina is another glitchy area, and the Slog's another glitchy area. So I know that some of these places, they just have these weird quirks to them. I don't know why. It just works, Todd. That's all I can say. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. There's going to be some of that weird jank stuff in there. But this one was really strange to me. I'm like, all right, well, let me see if I can't mimic these plants being destroyed. And I'm thinking logically, well, I'm just going to take a fat man and I'm just going to blow them away. Because why not, right? Well, apparently plants are immune to fat man nukes. Who knew? So after I tried to blow it up with the fat man a couple times, I then decided to try to blow it up with a few grenades. And still, there was nothing that was happening. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just go for the good old try and trude. And I pulled out the Deliverer, a little silenced gun that you get when you start the railroad quest line. Destroyed some of the plants. I was like, okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the taters that I have in my aid, and we're going to put them in the workshop. We're going to disappear for a few days, see if that works. Before we go, let me just blow up a couple more plants, make sure that it works. So I just shot them with the Deliverer, and I tried to repair them with the ones that I had in my plan. I figured out one of the two ways to repair these would be the way to do it, because I know that usually, when in a perfect world, if you put extra potatoes in the workshop of the settlement, in about 2 or 3 days in game, usually that workshop, the plants will get healed, they'll get repaired. And if you have a couple in your inventory and you try to repair them yourself, you can just click repair, and it'll use up one of the potatoes in your inventory. It'll repair the plant. You lose one of the potatoes, the plant's good again. But this bug is just not letting you do it. And I didn't even know this was a thing. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what we can do here. I fiddled around with it, and I tried to repair them. Didn't work. But I did find out that if I actually pulled them up before we destroyed the potato plants and moved them over to the other side of the field, that they'd repair without any problems. So it has something to do with this little corner right here near the fence in the wooded area. I don't know what's happening, and I couldn't figure out any way to try to get it to work. So I guess all I can really say is that if the only thing you can really do is before they get destroyed to move them over. I don't know if there's anyone out there who actually knows how to fix that glitch. If anyone does, leave a comment down below. Send me a link to a video or try to explain it to me so I can go back to this specific commenter and try to get some help for them. They are playing on the PS4 version. Now, I know that this game is very similar on the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS5, and the Xbox Series S and X. It's all the same game. The only difference is the graphic update for the newer consoles. The game itself, for the most part, plays the same. It just takes a little bit longer to load with the older consoles, and I think it only goes up to 30 FPS on the older consoles. Newer consoles, you can get it up to 60 FPS, but it's all visual stuff. It's not like the core game. So if you have any type of version of this game, as long as it's not on the computer, like if you have PS4 version, PS5 version, Xbox One version, Xbox Series version, and you figured out how to fix it, of course, if you have a computer, you're just going to be like, oh, we're going to use custom commands. It's like, yeah. No crap, dude. Like, we get that. Yeah, computer, yeah. All right, yeah. Spend $10,000, $20,000 on a video card and faster computer because it's so much better than the consoles, and consoles are inferior, blah blah blah. Okay, you keep on smoking your weed and upgrading your computer every 4 weeks, because You got nothing better to do, that's fine, whatever. People who have consoles, they don't give a shit about the fastest game, the nicest graphics. They just want to actually sit back after a hard day of work, play a game for a while, enjoy their time. And a lot of people with the consoles, they kind of get lost in the mix, especially on YouTube. So what I'm asking anyway is, if you do play on a console, not a computer, but on a console of any sorts, if you know any sort of like workaround for this bug in Abernathy Farm with tato plants not being able to be repaired after they get destroyed, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'll let my commenter know. If there is some sort of solution, I'll even keep on messing with my own personal games until I get that solution to actually work on one of my games, and I'll record my process. But anyway, I guess that's all I have for right now. And hopefully somebody will be able to help me out. Hopefully, we'll find something out together, I guess. But anyway, thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate it. Last I checked, I was up to about 216 subscribers. And I have anywhere from about 1,000 to 2,000 people who stop by my channel weekly to check out some of my stuff, which I appreciate you all doing that. If you like what you see, or don't mind just hanging out for a little while, you need some background music or some background noise someday, whatever it is that you do, feel free to stop on by. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to hit the like button, or feel free to hit the dislike button. Hey, just be real with me. I really used up enough time. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this. Please, like I said, let me know if you know any workaround for that bug. And I'll catch you all in the next one. You have a good evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever it is where you're at. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.